So she said now, like, because he's really good and he's really good with his hands, so he can fix like almost anything. So when Gilan's car is breaking down, he fixes it. Or when Jessica needs something, he fixes it. When Claudia needs something, he fixes it. So I'm like, oh, he seems like he really trying to help, Tasha and her family out, even after all the controversy. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm still kind of weary of it due to the fact, like, that's still in the back of my head. So then she's telling me all the issues that she's going through with one of the babies, and the baby has to have surgery and all that other stuff. But then, it's coming up where she's going to have to leave soon. They're going to have to figure out something. But then, too, she was telling me that her mom ends up filing for her husband's son in Haiti to come to the States. So that's a whole nother issue. So I was like, yeah, I go back to work. I found a daycare that would take, because our babies are like months apart. Him at 4 weeks, because I have to get back to work. I got to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, like, I'm still waiting for her to get the rest of my stuff out of storage. And plus I need to get a U-Haul. But something happens where I end up not able to pay the storage, and then I end up losing everything. When I say I lost everything in that storage, I lost my oldest son's whole first baby book. I lost my daughter's bicycle. I just lost a lot of stuff. So so then I was kind of sad about that, but then she was like, how my place looked nice, all this other stuff. And then she was like telling me that my best friend wanted to talk to me or wanted to see me or whatever. And I was like, let me have some time or whatever, because I'm still kind of hurt by a lot of the things that's been going around and saying or whatever, because I did miss my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So then she was like, because now she knows me and Gilan not talking. So she was like, yeah, Gilan was telling us how you had to give up your first son. And I looked at her, I said, what? What first son? I have Damien with me. She's like, no, Gilan was telling us that you already had a child, that you gave him up for adoption, was your first baby. I said, what? Who? No. Now, this is where, because mind you, when I told them, because I used to tell people, I know what I tell people, so I know who tells you information. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta, when I keep saying, when she tells me things, keep them in mind. So I was like, no, I've never had a baby. I never gave up a baby for adoption. I couldn't see myself doing that. Not that I'm like, shaming anybody that does, because you got to do what you got to do. But I was like, I didn't do that. I got all my kids. And then I thought about it. I said, oh, I think she got mixed up with Jolene, because Jolene had a baby that she gave up. I mean, she still like keeps in contact with him, but I didn't tell them that. I just said, oh no, that's Jolene. I think she got our stories mixed up. But it was funny to me, because how did y'all know? For you to be coming back to tell me, and I know Jolene really didn't like you or Isabel like that. And I know she talked to Gilan, but she didn't never talk to Gilan that deep. So how did Gilan know that she had a baby and she gave him up? But then it clicked to me at that time too, because I remember, I'm telling you, I know how to put shit together. Jolene was really concerned about how close Gilan and Nixon was getting when they were staying at their house. Because remember, Wade, when I first met them, they were staying with their mom, with Claudia and Tasha and Gilan's mom. Jolene used to tell me, like, she would ask Gilan for favors, and Gilan would catch an attitude and tell her no. But as soon as Nixon turned around and asked her, she would do it. So mind you, I'm already thinking stuff like, I already know the whole thing with Claudia and Jolene and Nixon's situation. But I also remember the whole incident, which I didn't say really because those are alleged and I don't want to put that stigma out there. But I knew for a fact the whole thing with Gilan sleeping with one of Claudia's dudes that she was messing around with, that really happened. So it's the second thing that happened when they moved into that big house where her mom got married and everything. I mean, if y'all not... It's a lot. That situation. So that's why I said, like, for them to always be gossiping and, like, I knew a lot of stuff. I mean, they still confided in me a lot of stuff that happened to them when they're little. But Gilan never recovered from a lot of that trauma. And it always showed in her actions, and people kept thinking, like, because they used to call her slow, they used to call her... Nah, doing stuff like that, if you are willing to sleep with the man that your sister is sleeping with, there's some issues. Really some issues there, especially dealing with self-love, because you're willing to risk everything just for the affection of a man or just for somebody to show you attention. I used to peep that about Gilan a lot. Like, she was literally in 2 relationships, basically a poly relationship, because she would find out these dudes was in relationship and still claim him as her boyfriend. That says a lot. So let's... I'm trying to get done. I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But so when she did that, I was like, what is y'all family just